Hello everyone, my name is Dee. Welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome back if you have been here before. Today we are going to be doing this short and sweet reading to see what your person's next move is in regard to the connection that you share with them. As always, this is a general reading, so please take what resonates and leave the rest. If it does not resonate with you, then it is not meant for you. And with that said, for pile 1, we have Tiger's Eye. For pile 2, we have Snowflake Obsidian. And for pile 3, we have Opalite. Hello there, my pile 1s, my Tiger's Eye pile. Let's take a look at what your person's next move is in regard to the connection that you share with them. Okay, my pile 1s, let's see. What is your person's next move? Okay, we start out with the Nine of Swords. We have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Hierophant. And falling to the floor, which I can pick up with no problem, is the Queen of Cups. So ultimately, what I feel like is perhaps going on here as far as your person's next move is they're starting out with the Nine of Swords. Their anxiety or their fears of rejection is going to be something that is perhaps holding them back. The Nine of Swords is a card which can indicate worry and feeling overwhelmed and feeling anxious about something. So for me, it's just immediately going to bring up that this person's maybe fearful of taking that next step with you. They're fearful of making a move in regard to the connection, especially for those newer connections or connections where we haven't really been, like, even let's say dating this person yet. Maybe this is someone we have a crush on and they have a crush on us. This person might just be fearing making that move or taking that step. They're fearing rejection in that regard. And I would say maybe, of course, for more serious connections where we are in an established relationship of some sort, they might be fearful about moving things forward to the next level of commitment, because for some of us the next level of commitment could very well be something like moving in together, getting engaged, getting married, especially with the Queen of Pentacles and the Hierophant. For me, those two cards are definitely going to bring up like loyalty and commitment. And it's not like your person's afraid to be loyal, but they might have a little bit of a fear of commitment. They might be a little apprehensive to take that next step. They want to, but there's still these fears and anxieties and the overwhelm of the Nine of Swords that came out here to play today. So there's definitely some fears and anxieties that are holding your person back. I hope that makes sense. As always, take what resonates and leave the rest. Maybe for some of them, again, this is a newer connection. They're afraid of rejection. Maybe for others, again, that are in a more so established connection, maybe they have a tinge of a fear of commitment, or maybe they're apprehensive. Maybe they don't feel settled, stable, secure enough in their life. And that's something that they're worried about before they make that next step forward toward you. The Queen of Pentacles, the Hierophant, to me, again, they're going to bring up commitment. So part of what this person's next move is in regard to this connection is to make this connection more so committed than it already is. They might have fears, they might be hesitating, they might be holding themselves back at times, but what their goal is within this connection with you is to move the connection forward or to deepen the level of commitment within it. They want to get to know you better for those newer connections, and they want to deepen the emotional bond for those more established connections via that Queen of Cups. I feel like ultimately your person's next move is to improve the relationship, is to do something to deepen the level of commitment within the connection. This person wants to be with you. You know, this person wants to be with you, and a lot of what it is that they're holding on to, whatever their fear or anxiety might be, whether it's about how settled they are in their own life, whether it's over rejection, whether it's a tinge of commitment phobia, it doesn't seem like it's something that's going to hold them back for long. And I feel like part of the reason why comes through with that Queen of Pentacles. Like you are, and even the Queen of Cups. It's like you're the source of comfort to them. You're somebody that they feel very comfortable around. You're somebody that they feel like they can be themselves around. You're somebody that they have opened up to. You're somebody that they have shared their fears with, for some of us. And they want commitment out of this connection. They're holding on to a lot of worry or anxiety via the Nine of Swords. It's something that's scary to them because they could face rejection. They might even, for some of them, not be sure where your head is at. Even if this is a more so established connection. Maybe for some of them, they're fearing that you're not on the same page yet, or that you, and I feel like, to be honest, especially for those more so established connections, like once your person pulls their head out of their anxieties a little bit, this person's going to recognize that you are very much so on the same page. I think what I want to do perhaps is pull a couple of cards, maybe to act as confirmation for some of us, just to see what the current energy is of the connection between you both. Maybe that will help for those who are listening to it, like feel more connected to the reading. So let's see what's going on in the current energy of this connection. Okay, we start out with the King of Wands. The Magician. And let's get one more card out here. And we've got the Five of Swords. And I feel like that energy matches up a bit, because whether we are in a newer connection and we have a crush on one another, whether we are in a more so established connection and we've been dating one another, that King of Wands to me is going to imply that there's a lot about this connection that's, I always say, like, fun, fresh, and flirty. Like the King of Wands to me at times is a very passionate card. There's a lot of chemistry, there's a lot of attraction, there's a lot of sexual chemistry or physical intimacy that might be being explored here. Or of course, for those very new connections, it could be something more so along the lines of sexual tension. So there's a lot of attraction and chemistry that's taking place. But via the Magician is a card that can be indicative of wanting to deepen the level of commitment. And I feel like this makes a lot of sense for those of your persons who might be fearful about whether or not the both of you are on the same page before they make their next move. And the reason why is because for some of us with that King of Wands, this could be somebody that's more so of a friends with benefits, and maybe this person's afraid that you have not caught feelings for them the way in which they have caught feelings for you. I feel like the King of Wands is such a fresh, fun, flirty, passionate card that they might feel like they're more serious. And like, this may or may not resonate with you, but for some of them, was something that they could be anxious about is that maybe you're not taking the relationship or the connection as seriously as they are. You know, for some of them, they might really be like, I'm not saying, I guess I'll say it that way, like they really are beginning to fall for you, but we're still having this grand old time together. And they might be feeling like, again, like they're not sure if you've caught feelings for them in the same way that they've caught feelings for you. As far as the current energy, I feel like this person's really trying to show up for you when it comes to the Magician. The Magician is somebody who utilizes all their resources, utilizes all their skills, talents, and abilities. And again, the Magician is a card which can be indicative in regard to love as deepening the level of commitment within a connection. So even now, this person could perhaps be trying to get to know you on a deeper level, trying to spend more time with you, trying to take you out, trying to have fun with you, trying to, you know, like this person is really trying, I guess is the way that I could word it. But when it comes to perhaps that deepening the level of commitment, we have the Five of Swords in the current energy as well. And the Five of Swords is a card of self-sabotage. It's a card of self-doubt. It could be a card of that worry and anxiety that we picked up on from the Nine of Swords. And I feel like with the Five of Swords, one of the biggest ways in which this person is self-sabotaging here is by not opening up to you or by not expressing themselves to their fullest extent. And I feel like that's coming later because we've got the Queen of Cups and even the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles has such a nurturing, calming, comforting energy to her. The Queen of Cups is really where we see the emotions and the emotional expression and emotional maturity come out to play. But I feel like right now, this person is self-sabotaging in a sense because they're not telling you how it is that they feel. And based on what their next move is, it does seem like that is a mistake that they are going to be correcting as time goes on. So, all in all, my pile ones, I hope that makes sense. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you today, and I hope that everybody has a wonderful weekend. Hello, pile 2. We are about to get into what it is that your person's next move is in regard to the connection that you share with them. We start out with the Ace of Swords. Okay, so let's see what is your person's next move, my pile 2s. The Ten of Pentacles. We have the Sun. And we have the Two of Cups. And right behind him was the Page of Wands. So, honestly, best case scenario here, my pile 2s. When it comes to the Ace of Swords, we get a message of this person wanting to give you clarity. And what do they want to give you clarity surrounding? With that Ten of Pentacles, I would say it's your future together. So this person seems to be someone who is not only wanting to open up, but is perhaps opening up to you very soon into the near future. As far as their next move, they're looking to deepen the level of commitment. They're looking for more openness, honesty, and authenticity, or they themselves are being more open, honest, and authentic. And I don't feel like this person seems like a very genuine soul, so to speak. The Two of Cups to me is going to bring up that this person definitely has strong romantic feelings for you, whether this is a newer connection or a more established connection. And then to see the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is a card of good news. So for me, it's just this sense of there's good news coming your way from your person in regard to this connection. You know, like, and it leads me to want to say, I'm not sure how this is going to come off, but it kind of leads me to want to say that exactly what it is that you want to occur within this connection seems to be occurring. Whatever your best case scenario is, per se, in regard to this person or in regard to this connection, it seems to be coming to fruition. Okay? I hope that makes sense for pretty much all of us. I'm not sure how that comes across, but for me, that's kind of the vibe of this pile. It's a very highly positive reading that we've got here so far. So again, Ace of Swords is going to indicate to me clarity and communication. The Ten of Pentacles is a card of family, legacy, and commitment. What I feel like that's an indication of is this person wanting to talk to you about the future. Okay, so whether we are in a if we are in a newer connection, that could mean that this person's shooting their shot. They see a future with you. They see the potential for this to be a very long-term commitment with one another. They're going to share and express the way in which they feel about you openly and honestly, and the way in which they feel about you is that they have very strong romantic feelings for you. And again, Page of Wands to me just kind of sums it up as there being good news regarding this connection coming your way. For more established connections, I feel like, again, we get clarity and communication about this person seeing a future with you. I feel like this could be you both communicating about what your plans are as far as the future goes with one another. I feel like this person is deepening the level of commitment. I feel like this person, and at the very least then, this person's talking to you about what it is that they see, what it is that they want for the future between the both of you. So we're either communicating heavily about where we see ourselves with one another, or this person is making a move. They're communicating to you that this is what I am going to do, or this is what I see happening, or they're literally communicating to you like, hey, I want to marry you, especially, of course, for those more so established connections. For the newer connections, it would be something along the lines of, I want to take you out on a date, or I want to become exclusive. But this person wants to communicate their feelings. Their next move is them communicating their feelings. And for some of us, when it comes to the openness, honesty, authenticity, and the clarity of the Ace of well, that was of the Sun, and the clarity and the communication of the Ace of Swords. For some of us, this could be one of the first times where our person really is opening up to us and expressing themselves. And of course, I feel like that would be the vibe for a lot of the newer connections. But maybe in some of these connections where we've been dating this person, or we've been seeing them, so we are more so of an established connection in some regard. I feel like for some of us still, it's going to be the first time that we really see our person openly and honestly discuss how it is that they are feeling and what it is that they want for the future between the both of you. Again, good news surrounding the connection seems to be incoming. A lot of the things that you've been wanting to hear from this person, you are going to hear from this person. A lot of the things that you've been wanting to see happen in your connection or in your relationship with this person are going to be either communicated about, or there's going to be real effort on their part that's being made in order to begin to allow for that future to come to fruition. There's a lot of good news and excitement coming your way in regard to this connection that you are in. What I did for pile 1, and I want to do it here as well, of course, is pull some cards as far as the current energy between you and your person. I'm hoping that that helps you connect a little bit more to the reading. I'm hoping that it acts as confirmation for some of us. So let's get into it. Pile 2, let's see, what is the current energy of your connection with your person? Okay, we start out with the Chariot. Let's get another couple of cards out here. King of Pentacles. And we have got the King of Cups jumping out as well. Okay, so when it comes to the Chariot, I feel like in this current energy of your connection, your person and you, of course, have been putting in time, effort, and energy when it comes to this connection. The Chariot at times can be a card of overcoming obstacles or overcoming challenges. That leads me to believe that the both of you at times, especially like for the newer connections, it could just be maybe the obstacle or the challenge was, asking one another out or whatever, like whatever the case might be. But for those of us that have been in a more serious or established relationship with this person, those obstacles and those challenges could have been things that were per se issues that were taking place within the connection. But the fact that the both of you have and are in this current energy overcoming those issues or challenges or obstacles shows that the both of you have what it takes to work on a relationship with one another. Like the both of you have put in work when it comes to this connection. The both of you have come together to find solutions with one another. The both of you have perhaps, been there for one another, supported one another. And of course, this could be taking place in some of the newer connections as well, but I feel like that would be the vibe more so for a serious relationship versus somebody that we might not have even gone on a date with yet. But for those in the newer connections, I would feel like the challenge or the obstacle would have been maybe like not so much getting into contact with you, but communicating with you, trying to get to know you better, maybe asking you out, maybe saying that they feel like the two of you could be something more than friends, like whatever the case might be. I feel like you and your person, you've already made some type of positive movement forward toward one another, or again, that is something that's taking place within the current energy for these newer connections. Like for these newer connections, we've already passed the first hurdle. We are already in contact with one another, or we are already seeing one another or spending time with one another. We've already asked one another out, sort of thing. So of course, take what resonates, leave the rest. But that's just what I'm getting from the Chariot. Like if this is a newer connection, we've already surpassed what might be one of the first obstacles or challenges we could encounter, which is letting the other person know that we're interested. Okay, that's kind of that's what I'm trying to say. Like, that is what I'm trying to say. And for like a more serious or committed relationship in regard to those types of connections, I feel like we've been through some stuff together, or we've been through some stuff separately, and we've really supported and uplifted the other person. We might have had an issue or had an argument with one another, or we might have had many by now, depending upon how long your relationship has been. And you've been able to overcome them and support one another and see things from one another's perspectives. Another aspect of the Chariot is hard work and determination. And I feel like pretty much all relationships require some hard work and determination to continue to be supportive and loving toward one another. And I feel like it's just an indication that the both of you have learned, have grown, and have evolved with one another for those more so established connections. In regard to the current energy, we get the King of Pentacles and the beautiful King of Cups. And I feel like in regard to what's taking place right now in your connection, your person's trying to make this connection more so committed than it already is. This person is trying to show you that they could provide for you mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, financially. Your person's really trying to show you that this is what they want and this is where they want to be. You know, they want to be with you. They want to show you how supportive they can be. They want to show you, they just want to show you, they want to provide for you. And it's like they want to provide you with stability. They want to provide you with comfort. They want to provide you with love. They want to provide you with care. This person is really trying to show you how there for you they are. And I feel like, you know, obviously in a newer connection, this person's showing up. This person's putting in effort. This person's reciprocating your energy. This person is doing, in a sense, I'm even going to say it as, again, I don't know how this will come across, but it's like this person is doing all of the right things. And I feel like they're doing all of the right things because they are a good person. They are a genuine person. They want to be with you, and like come hell or high water, they're going to do whatever it is that they need to do in order to be there for you. And with the King of Cups, I feel like within the current energy, the both of you are building upon the emotional intimacy and deepening the bond that the both of you have. So for these newer connections, again, I feel like we've already crossed whatever that first hurdle may be that we could think of in regard to a newer connection. You know, the two of you are speaking to one another, getting to know one another more, maybe going on your first couple of dates with one another, and things are going rather swimmingly. And again, this person's putting in effort. They're putting in also an appropriate amount of effort for whatever the length of the connection might be. And for the more established connections, I feel like this person is someone who's very emotionally, well, across the board, they're emotionally mature, but this is somebody who's very supportive of you. This is somebody who has been opening up to you. This is somebody who, you know, you have had deeper conversations with. And I feel like now, as far as their next move, like the present melds very nicely with what their next move is. Because this current energy is that the two of you are really settling down together. That this connection, this person's trying to show you how they're for you, that they are. This person's trying to deepen the emotional bond. And then moving into what their next move is, this person's having serious conversations with you about where they see your future's heading. They're opening up to you authentically. They're telling you what it is that they want. They're letting you know that they see a future with you and want a future with you, and they're putting in the effort for the both of you to get there. So all in all, I hope that makes sense, my pile twos, in some way, shape, or form. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you today, and I hope that everybody has a wonderful weekend. Hello, my pile threes. Let's take a look at what your person's next move is in regard to the connection that you share with them. Okay, my pile threes, let's see, what is your person's next move? We start out with the Six of Cups. Ooh, we've got the Seven of Wands. We have the Seven of Pentacles. And we've got the Magician. Okay, so I do feel like when it comes to this connection, it's absolutely going to require more patience on your part when it comes to this person making some sort of next move. With that said, I'll throw in my little disclaimer, which is basically that never to wait around for somebody else, because when we're waiting around for somebody else, we are missing out on other meaningful opportunities in love and in life for ourselves. We start out with the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups I do feel like is a very positive card. The Six of Cups in regard to a next move is going to bring up opening up to someone. But right next to that Six of Cups, we have the Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands is a card which can indicate a guard is up. That leads me to believe that when it comes to this person opening up to you or expressing themselves to you or moving things forward with you, we might be waiting for them to take their guard down. And we're waiting for them to take their guard down also because when it comes to the Seven of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles is a card which can indicate thinking and patience and questioning. And for me, the vibe here is more so of this person still trying to make up their mind about whether or not they're going to do something about the connection. So take what resonates, my pile threes. Leave the rest. If it does not resonate with you, then it is not meant for you. But what I feel like is going on here is that Six of Cups to me is going to indicate that this person is romantically interested in you. You know, there's a romantic interest. In a lot of ways, the two of you might be compatible. The two of you might have opened up to one another about other things in the past and in the present. The two of you, again, have some compatibility involved. There's been times where the two of you have been supportive of one another and kind to one another. But the Seven of Wands is going to bring up guardedness. It's going to bring up defensiveness even. To me, and it's going to bring up like blocks and obstacles. You know, like this person feels like they are blocked. They're really grappling with what it would take for them to be able to move this forward to whatever the next step might be. Okay, I hope that makes sense in some way, shape, or form. But to me, it's this indication that this person, even though they have romantic interest, they still feel like they're incapable of expressing themselves or letting their guard down. The Seven of Pentacles to me is kind of like a should I or shouldn't I? You know, should I do something about this connection? I can see a future with this person. I feel like we would have a good relationship, but am I going to, you know, take that risk? Am I going to put myself out there? Am I going to open up my heart to this person? Is this really what I want? And then the Magician to me is a card of doing something. You know, like the Magician is utilizing their resources, harnessing their own personal power, etc. and so on. And I just feel like this person is pondering about whether or not they should do something about the connection between you both. And again, that leads me to like the longer that we wait around for someone that isn't doing anything, the more that we are missing out on other meaningful opportunities we could be exploring for ourselves in love and in life. So for me, when it comes to this person's next move, it's almost as though we might see a lot of what it is that we've been seeing. And a lot of what it is that we've been seeing so far from this person, we're actually about to pull for current energy as well. But like a lot of what we might be seeing from this person is something along the lines of mixed signals, where there's times where we and this person really seem to understand and know one another on a deeper level. We really get to know one another, etc. and so on. But then all of a sudden their guard goes back up. You know, so we're seeing this person not really devote their time, effort, and energy in the way that they could be to us. And it's causing for us too, in those moments where we're connecting on a deeper level, we are beginning to develop stronger romantic feelings for this person. And when this person starts to perhaps develop stronger romantic feelings for you and not just a romantic interest toward you, that's when this person starts to pull back. That's when this person starts to ponder whether or not they should do something about the connection. And I feel like there's like a push and pull or mixed signal type of thing going on here. Now let's get some cards out here for the other two piles. I pulled for the current energy of the connection in hopes that it will help you connect more to the reading itself. As always, take what resonates and leave the rest. So pile 3, let's see. What is the current energy of the connection that you share with this person? Okay, we start out with the Fool. The Four of Cups. And we start out with the Queen of Wands, the Moon on the bottom of the deck. The Moon, I don't really feel like is speaking to lies and deception here. I feel like the Moon is more so indicative of how there's, things hidden beneath the surface that aren't being spoken about. And not in like a lying or deception way, in this person not really being real with you type of way. So I hope that makes sense. But either way you slice it, when it comes to the current energy of the connection, we start out with the Fool. The Fool is a card of casual or non-committal behavior. It could also be a card at times of acting recklessly or carelessly with other people's feelings. At times, I feel like if there's things such as mixed signals going on here, things such as breadcrumbing, things such as some weird type of push and pull game when it comes to this connection, it could be an indication that this person has acted recklessly or carelessly with your feelings. I feel like casual or non-committal makes sense for those of us that have been dealing with this person for a little bit of time now, where there's been times where we've seen this person become emotionally vulnerable or express themselves only for the guard to get thrown back up. If this is something like a friends with benefits or situationship, casual type of relationship taking place here, it's like maybe this person, even to our face, has questioned whether or not we should be something more than what it is that we are, only to, again, pull back their energy from the connection. So the Fool is acting foolishly, let's say, when it comes to the current energy of this connection. The Four of Cups, to me, is going to indicate that there's been a lot of missed opportunities within this connection. There's been a lot of missed opportunities when it comes to moving this connection forward. There's been a lot of missed opportunities maybe for people that have been dealing with this person for a fair bit of time because they're really only focusing on the casual part of the connection or the physically intimate part of the connection via that Queen of Wands. This person does not seem like they are somebody who is ready for a committed relationship. This person does not seem like they are someone that's ready to take a connection or a relationship to the next level. Please take what resonates and leave the rest. If it does not resonate with you, then it is not meant for you. But I feel like as far as the current energy goes, we have casual, non-committal, and somebody that acts recklessly or carelessly with our feelings. We've got somebody that's not, making any type of move. There's been missed opportunities, and there's somebody that is way more focused on the physical or sexual side of the connection. And the Moon on the bottom of the deck is really going to bring up, and the Moon's got the Knight of Swords under her too. Again, it just feels like to me this is somebody who's looking for a casual or non-committal relationship. This is somebody that's going to ponder and question into the future what it is that they should do, if they should do anything, and then perhaps, continue to miss out on any opportunity to do something. There's going to be somebody that's going to keep their feelings to themselves. And in regard to lies and deception, this person could be someone that at times has the tendency of being a bit of a player. This person wants something more so casual and more so non-committal. Going into the future, I feel like we'd be dealing with many a mixed signal, many a breadcrumb, this person not opening up or expressing themselves. It's like, I feel like what part of this is too for me is this person not wanting to lose you and the companionship that the both of you have, but also not wanting to do anything for the connection to evolve. So in many ways, this connection will continue on, perhaps even as it has been, where this person's not doing anything to move the connection forward, but this person's like, let's say this person's having their cake and they're eating it too, or whatever the fuck that expression is. All in all, I would say that this connection is perhaps not worth your time when it comes to waiting around for this person. We are perhaps missing out on other meaningful options and opportunities within our love life. And as always, take what resonates and leave the rest. If it does not resonate with you, then it is not meant for you. I hope that everybody has a wonderful weekend. Thank you so, so much for joining me here.